Hello, I'm George on the road for today's car show that takes us to the beautiful and picturesque New York State Lake George region. The Fort Henry Hotel is the venue with its lakeside views and amazing scenery. Join me for the 34th annual Adirondack Nationals car show right here, right now on Rodder TV. How you doing?
I'm good. I'm Ed Thompson. I'm from Kempville, Ontario. This is my 1973 Pro Street 73 Ventura, similar to the Chevy Nova SS.
Yep.
But I like the Pontiac because it's different. Everybody had Novas, so that's why I bought the 1973 Ventura. I bought it when I was 15, and I've had it now 43 years. It's a Dart Merlin block, Dart heads. I just put the 454 badging on it just to fool people, let's say, but it's quite a bit more than what it's saying. The carburetor is a quick fuel 1150. The injector scoop on it is from Jegs. I ordered the headers from Lemon out of California, 2¼ inch primary to a 4-inch collector, and I done the 4-inch exhaust all the way to the back, Magnaflow mufflers, full tail pipes.
She gets up and goes.
Yes.
Across the Canadian border.
Yes. On the tires on the rear, I got Hoosiers, Quick Times, run 14 pounds air in them, so I went to billet specials with the bead locks, because the rims, the tires would turn on the rims when you get traction, so that eliminated that. The gauges are all auto metered, the 5-inch Super Comps, TAC, and 5-inch Speedo, and the rest are 2 5/8. The shifter is a B&M shifter with a 400 turbo, reverse manual, 3800 stall. Carbon fiber hood, I had it made because I had a steel one made. Steel one was too heavy, it's like 78, 80 pounds. So I went carbon fiber, which comes in at 6 pounds. So I can lift it on and off, not a problem, easy, and it's durable.
Thank you for sharing the story, Rodder TV.
Thank you very much.
Appreciate that, man.
Rodder TV.
Thank you. how you doing, Jim?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Very good. Welcome to the Nationals once again.
Thank you.
And you're sitting here in the circle, which is
The senior award winners for last year. Thank you. So this is a 1930 Model A Ford Coupe. I bought the body just as a shell of a body, and I built the frame and the chassis and everything from scratch from there. So it was a scratch-built car, built it at home, and because I knew I wanted to run this type of engine, I knew exactly how much room I needed. Built the frame custom fit to fit this engine. So I'm a 70s and 80s kids, and then one of the big themes coming up through those decades was big motors, big tires, pretty much a big Hot Wheels car. So that's kind of what I was going for. It's something that kind of fit that flavor, but with some modern touches. So the paint's kind of it's probably not a color you would have found back in the 70s. So the paint's kind of a little bit updated color, and some of the features that I built into it are a little more updated. But if you squint a little bit, you can see like it's still something you would have seen in the 70s or 80s with the big tire, big motor. Color is called Butterscotch Pearl. The basic color, it's a 3-stage, so there's a pearl coat on top of a base coat, and in that pearl coat, I added in gold metal flake. So it's kind of an off-the-shelf color that I made custom, adding all that metal flake into the pearl coat. Lots and lots of coats of it. So the engine is a pretty classic. It's a 454 big block Chevy. It's bored out just a little bit. It's relatively mild in terms of hot rod engines, so it's definitely drivable. Runs good on pump gas. It's got a 671 supercharger on it. Those are two 650 Holley double pumper carburetors on top. The exhaust, everything was handmade from a kit, a weld-up kit, and the side pipes I custom made to be equal length and long enough to reach the back tires. The company that makes this is called ET Wheels. The front is a traditional 10-spoke gasser wheel, and in the back, it's a real traditional cast center wheel with a really interesting lug nut that they kind of talked me into using. They're called tuner lug nuts, and they're really unique to this. And it really fits the wheel. It kind of gives it kind of almost like a salt flat look to it. And I really like them. It's rare you see anything like them. So the visor itself is this is original equipment for 1930, but I weld in, this is all seams and separate pieces of metal that come on original cars. So all these seams have been welded up, everything's been smoothed over, but that's an original look for 1930. The top itself, these cars originally come with a cloth insert in them. I wanted something to kind of replace that cloth insert that I could open up. So there's a company called Legacy Products that makes a kit for these cars. So the interior, the floor and everything is all custom made. The body was made to fit the frame. All that is custom. The seats were just universal seats that I was happened to find that were narrow enough to fit in there. All the upholstery to trim work was done by Don Rose. Burn Hill's Upholstery did all that work. The dash panel is a 1932 Deuce style with an insert. The switch panel underneath, that's all handmade. I made that out of steel. Housed all those switches in the key switch. And a couple other touches, it's got a Hurst quarter-stick shifter on it. That shift knob was custom 3D printed by my son. He does 3D printing. He made that shift knob for me. The gauges are autometer gauges, and the insert has inlay from a guitar pick guard. So the material that you would buy on an acoustic guitar is what I'd line that dash with. And then the pedals, on the gas pedal, that is a vintage 1960s Ludwig Speed King, seemed appropriate. So again, I try to put the personal touches in the car of stuff that I did. One of the other things I did on the rear of the car, if you want to see back here, the third brake light that I made, I did blue dot to match the blue dot tail lights. And I found that is an indicator light off a vintage Fender amplifier, guitar amplifier.
Hey, we're talking to Don today with a 33 Plymouth Custom. How you doing, Don?
Good. How are you?
Good.
Well, it was purchased in 1997. 14 years later is what you see today. Overall, external is pretty much a stock vehicle. Top has been chopped 2 inches. This model, PD, is a 4-door suicide, original from the factory. The rear fenders were widened 2 inches to get the tires and the wheels under.
Yep.
We had to make running boards that made it up with the fenders, so they were all redone. We tried to keep everything Chrysler orientated. Plymouth Prowler color, they're orange. Plymouth Prowler taillights, Plymouth Prowler wheels. The engine's a Dodge Magnum 360. Came out of a Ram, took it apart, cleaned it up, and she runs like a top. Wheels and tires are off of a 2000 Plymouth Prowler. The interior, the door panels are a composite of a Daewoo and a Chevy Cobalt.
Yep.
2 door panels. Then I had them upholstered. The seats are out of a Sebring. I narrowed them 2 inches because I needed a console. So the console is 4 inches wide. 2 inches out of each seat gave me the 4 inches I need. The back seat was just trimmed on the outside. They're very comfortable. The seat backs are shortened 4 inches because they were going to be above the window.
Yep.
Automat Interiors in Long Island did the upholstery work. I had everything fabricated. All they had to do was cover it. The cluster is out of a Saturn. The air conditioning vents is out of a Toyota.
So I'm looking around here. You have a couple different screens there.
That would be for the passenger to watch a video.
The
The
two
other
there
one is
with
the other one is a GPS. Both taillight and license plate are run on servo motors. They're linkage together, on, off, open, close.
But the fit is like perfect.
The fit took a long time.
Yes. The only one I've seen like it.
You might not see another one.
And the plate, the same thing.
Yeah,
Sleeping up at night.
sleeping up at night. What
Trying
am I
to think
gonna
what to do.
What am I gonna do? Do I cut a hole in the body or do I use what's there?
Wow. Very cool.
Normally, I pull a Prowler trailer, which is kind of unique to the industry because they don't make Prowler trailers anymore. And I was able to bring it up here several years, and then because of parking limitations, they eliminated all trailers.
Well, thank you very much again, Don. Appreciate the time, telling us the story, and chatting with us on Router TV. I really appreciate
All
it.
right, well, thank you very much.
Yes, sir.
Our favorite B-Body Moat Bar, sponsored by CNS Speed Shop in Glens Falls. Jeff Cordigan, 68 Coronet.
Does he have a name?
Lola.
Lola?
You say hi?
Hi, beautiful girl.
You say hi?
Oh my gosh.
She's like, I'm ready for the kiss. Oh,
You say
hi,
hello?
beautiful. Oh, you're gorgeous.